All right. Good afternoon. Welcome to the 2021 Walton College Honor Ceremony. First, just want to start off by saying how excited, I don't know a lot of you here, but how excited I am to be in a room with you physically. And I'm sure others feel that way as well. I spent last year, this actual day, I was in my driveway handing out regalia to honors graduates that drove by to pick it up. So hopefully this will be a little more fun. My name is Jason Adams. I'm the Associate Director of the Walton Honors Program. Myself and Katie Pope, along with Dr. Ann Veliquette, kind of keep things going in honors. I'd like to kind of begin by extending a warm welcome to all the parents and family members who are accompanying our students today, to any faculty members here in attendance, and to our distinguished guests, kind of on stage with me, the Dean of the Walton College, Matt Waller, Professor John Norwood, right there beside him, and Katie Pope, who is our Assistant Director. So being the Associate Director of the Honors Program has been one of the most rewarding experiences of my life. I graduated here with a history degree and had no idea what I wanted to do. I never thought I'd be running an honors program in a business college. Never stepped foot in the Walton College as an undergrad or a grad student. In fact, I lived in Yoakum Hall and looked at Walton College every day when I lived on campus, but never went in. So kind of come full circle, but it has been a great journey. I've really enjoyed getting to know all the students on the stage here. It is great to see them today and not on Zoom talking about what you're going to take next semester. So before we get into celebrating the students, I'd like to recognize family and parents that are here. The accomplishments and successes of your sons and daughters are a reflection of your sacrifice, guidance, and support. On behalf of the Walton College and the University of Arkansas, I want to thank you for entrusting us to provide them a top quality educational experience. So if you are a parent or family member of a student on stage, if you would please stand and be recognized. So you will hear from Katie Pope later on in the ceremony. Just wanted to quickly introduce her. Katie's been with us 2 years. This is her first honors ceremony, though. We obviously didn't have one last year, and she was not here the year before. So I just want to say thank you for all that she's done to make this happen today and keep the honors program moving smoothly. Everybody up here meets with me or Katie once or more a semester, so it's really get to know each other through that process. But thanks to Katie. So hopefully this doesn't turn into the emotional train wreck that it did at the first honors ceremony this morning, but I'd just like to make a few remarks about what makes the honors program special to me. It's always a very bittersweet moment, as I was there at orientation. I was there in your freshman business connections class for most everybody. And have been all the way through and watched you grow. Played a little football freshman year in the FBC Bowl. That's probably last year. I will be doing that. Some good times, though. We had a lot of fun memories at the honors tailgates and different honors events that we've had throughout your time here. Like I said before, I interviewed for this job 13 years ago, not having any idea what it was going to be like. I knew I liked working with students, but I never really worked with business students. And my background in loving athletics really translated, I saw immediately in business in the competitive level of our students. And I really like that. It's a thriving environment, healthy competition. Everybody is there to support each other, but y'all all want to be the best, and I really admire that. So I have 2 degrees from the University of Arkansas, but I don't have much academically in common with y'all. Definitely was not an honor student. But I will say this, I did complete Intermediate French 2 at the University of Arkansas. So ASU Newport did not get my money. I don't know if they existed back then. But I'm very proud as an alum of how you will represent the university, the Walton Honors Program, the Walton College, as you go out into graduate schools and out into the workforce. So you should be very proud of what you've built here too. I've had the opportunity to travel to many honors programs at prestigious business schools. We've been to UT Austin and to Walton and A&M and Temple, and everywhere I've gone, everybody has just been amazed at what we're doing here in the Walton College. So I know you know this, but definitely take that going forward. If you're working on a project with somebody that went to Harvard, they're no better than you. You probably know more than they do. We've had people go to conferences with students in Ivy Leagues, and they're teaching them things that STAP taught them in their econ class here. So I know that you had a top-notch education and you're the best of the best here, so I'm looking forward to see what is to come over the next several decades. So I often joke that I have 3 kids at home and almost 900 here to take care of, but there is really some truth to that. You've all made an impact on who I am, and I strongly value the relationships that I've developed with students, faculty, and staff here at the U of A. I hope that you'll stay in touch with us. I don't plan on going anywhere. Those 3 kids got to get through college, so I will be here as long as they'll let me. But I'll say this, I know one day I will come asking for, not money, I will never ask you for money, but I'll ask you for your time down the road. Just please keep in mind as you go out into the workforce to continue mentoring younger students or younger individuals that come behind you as you've been mentored through your time here at the U of A and in the Walton Honors Program. In conclusion, I just want to say congratulations. I'll say that a lot today. Really proud of y'all, and I just can't get over seeing y'all, so I'm really excited to be here. All right, I made it through that. So now it is my pleasure to introduce to you the Dean of the Walton College, Dr. Matt Waller. Dean Waller is a member of the Walton College's Department of Supply Chain Management and has been at the University of Arkansas for over 25 years. The Walton College has changed a great deal over this time, but those of us who work here can definitely say it is an epic time to be a part of such a great institution. For those of you who don't work in the college or don't ride our elevators, EPIC stands for excellence, professionalism, innovation, and collegiality, our core values. We're truly fortunate to have his leadership moving us forward. Please welcome Dean Matt Waller.
Thank you, Jason. Jason really is the hero of this honors program, and we made a very good decision to hire him 13 years ago. You could tell as he was talking that he's not feigning his emotions towards students. He is passionate about it. And it was the people who interviewed him noticed that 13 years ago and took a chance on him. He's done a tremendous job. I don't remember how big this program was back then, but it was pretty small.
About
300, so it's more than doubled since then. And the quality of the programs continued to improve, but he definitely fits with our values as a college. You know, the students graduating tomorrow in the Honors College in Walton College started in 2017, and there were about 200 students at that time. Today there's 125. So it's a tough program, and these students that are graduating did it with excellence. Just to give you an idea of how excellent they really are, this is the average GPA of this class of Walton Honors students is 3.84. Can you imagine that for an average of that many students? It's for 125 students, that's pretty remarkable. And 31 of them are graduating summa cum laude, meaning they have a 4.0 GPA. So think about it, 30 students made it through every course with a A. That's so hard to do. Things happen when you're taking courses that can throw your grade off pretty easily. So 35 students are graduating magna cum laude, which is 3.87 to 3.97, 60 graduating cum laude, which is 3.5 to 3.81. So, this is a remarkable group of students. Now, on top of that, 45 of them have completed a double major, and one had a triple major. Can you imagine that? Triple major. And really just getting a double major is tough enough, and being able to maintain the kind of grades that they did. But I know several of them personally, just gotten to know them over the years. And one thing I can tell you is that they weren't just studying. Some were involved in Greek life, some had leadership positions in Greek life. They were involved in sports, intramural sports, leadership positions, and RSOs, registered student organizations. I'm very proud of each one of you. Very impressive. They also, before COVID hit, they got to, many of them went on studies abroad during their time here. They went to Belize, Brazil, China, Japan, India, quite a few others. I'm not remembering all of them. Greece, there's a lot of them. And if you have younger siblings that are going here, encourage them to participate in study abroad. I think it's really, a lot of students, when they look back, they say this was a defining kind of moment. I led study abroad to China for several years, and I saw it in students, seeing a culture that's that different than ours. Their language is different, their ways are different. It's a good part of the education. Now, where are these students going? Some are going to law school, some are getting MBAs next, Masters of Accountancy, Masters of Supply Chain, Masters of Finance. We've got a bunch of master's programs. One's going to medical school. They're going to a number of companies, and it would take too long to go through the whole list, but Deloitte, Ernst & Young, the FBI, General Mills, J.B. Hunt Transport Services, Stevens Inc., Tyson Foods, Walmart, many more. Really, congratulations to all of you. This is a tremendous accomplishment. And the last thing I want to say is really thank you to the friends and families that are here. You all have been supporting these students all along, and I've seen it. I'm probably more aware of it than you might realize, but just through talking with the students, but also as having 4 kids of my own, 3 who have graduated from the University of Arkansas, 1 who's starting this year. I know what it takes, and I know you all have done that. And thank you for being good friends, family, and parents. It makes a big difference. Our country needs that. Our society needs that. So thank you for what you're doing. But most of all, although you've had support, students, from friends and family, you achieved it. You achieved it. And one of the things I love about being dean of the Walton College is being able to celebrate success with students. Achievement is a real gift that we have as humans in our short time on earth. But it really adds to the joy of life. And learning to take joy in others' achievements, I think, is also a great thing to achieve. And I know many of you have done that. But at any rate, congratulations on your achievement. I'm proud of each one of you. So, well done.
Thank you, Dean Waller. So before we get on to acknowledging the students, which we will do so very soon, I want to announce a couple of awards. The two students that won these awards were in the first session, but I wanted to recognize everybody that was nominated for outstanding thesis. We had 10 students, so every student in the honors program has to complete an honors thesis to graduate with honors. Hence why there's not 200 people here and only 120 something. So I thought that could have played a factor. I don't know. But the winner of the outstanding thesis goes to a faculty panel which votes, and the winner receives $500. But if you are in this group, would you please stand and be recognized? The 10 theses that were nominated this year were by Peyton Boxberger, Cameron Bracey, Addison Cathy, Ryan Decker, Bailey Dial, Shelby Hanson, Meredith Headley, Samuel Lipson, Catherine Martins, Gina Rydell, and Liz Spence. If you know, so the winner was selected, it was Ryan Decker, so if you know him, please congratulate him. His thesis was entitled Retain or Rotate Outcomes of Frequent Auditor Switching, and his thesis advisor was Dr. Stephen Rowe. We also award for an outstanding poster, so each student also had to create a poster to kind of, as a visual of what their thesis research was about. Normally, in normal years, we have a poster session that you all would have attended prior to this, so you could see all this too. Unfortunately, we were not able to do that, but the students still completed a poster, and that award this year goes to Shelby Hanson. Her thesis was entitled Psychological Scene Gist and the Perception of Sustainable Business Models via Digital Media Audit. So congratulations to Shelby. So again, in normal years, as we recognize students one by one and their bios are read, they come up and their thesis advisor will put their regalia on them. But to follow the guidelines we have right now, we're going to have you adorn yourself today. So I'll get to that in a second and let you know exactly what you need to do. But just so you know, all the honor students on the stage have completed a minimum of 18 hours of honors coursework. Many and most have completed way more than that. They've all completed Calculus 1 and an intermediate level of a foreign language and maintained a GPA of 3.50 or higher. Only students graduating from the honors program are recognized with Latin honors. So great accomplishment and achievements here. So students graduating summa cum laude are those finishing in the top 20% of the honors program graduating class based on cumulative GPA. Magna cum laude students finished in the next 30%, and cum laude students are the remaining honors graduates. There's two other groups, well, kind of one with two parts. Students graduating summa cum laude with a perfect 4.0 are also recognized as senior scholars or first-rank senior scholars. And on their chair, which I don't know if you want to put it on your wrist for today, it goes on your hat tomorrow, is a red and white tassel that designates you are graduating with a 4.0. Many of these students are also members of Beta Gamma Sigma, the most prestigious academic honor society for business students. Membership in Beta Gamma Sigma is limited to the top 7% of junior class and the top 10% of the senior class. So, Walton Honors graduates, it's now time to adorn your honors regalia. If you would, please put on your honors college medallion, which should be in your chair or on the floor. Just place it around your neck. And once that is on, if you will put on your honors stole around your neck with red designating cum laude, white designating magna cum laude, and white plus a red and white cord designating summa cum laude. So before I bring Katie up here and we proceed, there's one other person that needs to be recognized that is here with us today. Many of you had him in class, and Professor John Norwood is here. He's taught honors business law. He's the founding director of the Walton College Honors Program, but is also renowned for his dedication to the University of Arkansas and the Walton College, so much so that he has been inducted into the Towers of Old Main. This induction is a recognition bestowed upon those generous individuals whose donations and/or other monetary contributions to the university exceed $100,000. For all that you do for our students and institution, we thank you. I just want to add in, that was kind of a scripted thing, but Professor Norwood has been here through my whole time here, and I've learned a ton from him. And we're going to be sad next year after he retires that he's not in our, well, maybe he may be in our office every day still, I don't know. But please, students, guests, let's congratulate Professor Norwood on his retirement and thank him for all that he's done for us. Okay, in just a moment, I'm going to turn things over to Katie Pope, who is going to get us going and recognizing our students. Hopefully I don't botch the instructions too bad, but here's what's going to happen. Once she gets up here, we'll have the whole first row stand, and this is all alphabetical, so on that end, we'll start with Bailey. As your bio is being read, if you'll step over in front of the gonfalon, that's not a banner, it's a gonfalon. I learned that a few years ago. I still don't know for sure what that is. But we have a photographer here today, a professional photographer. We'll make these photos available to you next week. But with the restrictions and not being able to come up here and take a bunch of pictures, we want y'all to have something nice to remember this ceremony. So once Bailey's done, she'll come back down this row and fill in, and y'all just keep going that way till you're back to your chair, and then we'll do this row by row. So I'm going to invite Katie up here to cover everything I just screwed up and hopefully get this thing going.
Thanks, Jason. You didn't screw it up too bad. I will say that I would like everyone to hold their applause until after I read the student bios. Once I'm done reading a student's bio, feel free to cheer and clap as loudly as you'd like. Also, for the students, once you're done taking your picture, if I'm still reading your bio, feel free to walk back to your seat or stand there, whatever works best for you, but you don't have to stand there if you're done with your picture. All right, I'll go ahead and have the first row go ahead and stand up. Excellent, and our first student is Bailey Grace Arnold. Grace is an information systems major, and you can go ahead and walk over to the gonfalon and get your picture taken while we're reading. Grace is an information systems major and Chinese minor from Fort Worth, Texas. She has studied abroad in Hangzhou, China, where she tutored school children and took intensive Mandarin courses. She's a member of Zeta Phi Beta sorority and Beta Gamma Sigma. After graduation, she plans to pursue an international career path. Grace Arnold, everyone. Yeah, you can come back down this way. It's hard being the first one, I know. All right, Carson Clevenger is next. Carson is an accounting major from Little Rock, Arkansas. He has held positions in his Greek life organization, including Rush chairman and recorder. Through college, he's enjoyed working at Scoot Tribe and Powerhouse Seafood and Grill, and he's enjoyed being a member of the Volunteer Action Center and contributing to various organizations in the Northwest Arkansas region. He plans to pursue a Master's of Accounting with a concentration in corporate accounting next year at the University of Arkansas. Carson Clevenger, everyone. Matthew Cole. Matthew Cole is an economics and finance double major from Little Rock, Arkansas. Along with being active in his fraternity, Matt has worked with the athletic department as an event operations assistant since junior year. Through the Honors College, he was also able to attend a 1-month study abroad trip to Japan. Matt plans on attending law school next fall. Matthew Cole. Robin Coleman. Robin is a finance major from Tulsa, Oklahoma. She has been with the supplemental instruction program on campus for 5 semesters. She has been an SI leader, an SI mentor, and a lead mentor in the program. Robin has been fortunate enough to be on the chancellor's and dean's list for every semester thus far in her college career. The previous summer, she served as a legal intern for a lawyer specializing in ethics and hopes to take the lessons that she has learned into law school in her future career. Robin Coleman. Patrick Daniels. Patrick is from Dallas, Texas, graduating with an accounting major and finance minor. He has worked for Walton Enterprises in recent summers and traveled to Belize to complete his honors thesis on economic development. After graduation, Patrick will be pursuing a master's in accountancy with a concentration in corporate accounting from the U of A. Go Hogs and Patrick Daniels. Grace Elizabeth Davis. Grace is from Overland Park, Kansas, and is majoring in international business management and minoring in Spanish. She is part of Beta Gamma Sigma Honor Society and Pi Beta Phi sorority. Grace had the opportunity to present her social initiative proposal for diversity, equity, and inclusion to the executive committee this spring, as well as working for Kellogg's the last year. She has also studied abroad in Madrid at the University of Nebrija as a part of the Spanish immersion program. Upon graduation, she will continue working with Kellogg full-time in June. Grace Davis. Y'all may sit at the first row. Y'all can go ahead and sit down. Thank you so much. And we'll go ahead and have the second row stand up. And our first student is Bailey Dial. Bailey is a marketing major and finance minor from Flower Mound, Texas. She is an inducted member in NSLS, Honor Society, and Leadership Walton. She has had an internship with New York Life the previous 2 summers, and she has studied abroad in London, England. This summer, she will start a full-time position as a financial advisor for 49 Financial in Dallas. Bailey Dial. Rachel Garner. Rachel Garner is an accounting and finance major from Hot Springs, Arkansas. She is an honors ambassador and an active member in Beta Alpha Psi. She has interned with KPMG and has a full-time job in Dallas, Texas with Ernst & Young in their audit department after graduation. Rachel Garner. Next, we have Alec Goodwin. Alec is an accounting student from Kansas City, Missouri. He was part of the Razorback Action Group in the Associated Student Government. He led the finance committee in his fraternity, Phi Gamma Delta. He was part of the legacy accounting team for SAKE, and he has served as the VP of Community Service and VP of Finance in the professional fraternity Beta Alpha Psi. He has also worked abroad in Singapore and Beijing, China for the International Data Corporation. He will be continuing his education at the University of Arkansas by pursuing a graduate degree in accounting and will be starting full-time as an audit staff for Ernst & Young in Rogers, Arkansas, with hopes of attaining his CPA. Alec Goodwin. Anna Heck. Anna is from Shawnee, Kansas, and majored in accounting. She has studied abroad in Barcelona, Spain in the summer of 2019. She interned at Pierce Firm this past spring and will be interning at Cohn Resnick in New York City this summer. In August, she will be starting the IMAC program in order to receive her master's in accounting. Anna Heck, everyone. Austin Heinisch. Austin is from Shawnee, Kansas, and majored in finance with minors in political science and community development. He is a member of multiple business fraternities, including Beta Gamma Sigma, where he was awarded the John Dominic Endowed Scholars Award. Next fall, he will begin attending law school with a focus on business and international law. Austin Heinisch, everyone. Pierce Hungate. Pierce is a supply chain management major with a minor in business analytics. He is president of UARC Film Club, a former UATV senior staff member, Razorback Reels anchor, and KXUA radio host. He has been named to the Dean's List every semester, is a Governor's Distinguished Scholar, and was recognized this semester as an outstanding student in supply chain. Last summer, he interned with Sam's Club on the Supply Chain Flows team and was featured in a Lomonosov Senior Spotlight for his work there. After graduation, he will seek full-time employment. Pierce Hungate. Y'all may sit down, thank you. And I'll have the next row go ahead and stand up. Our first student, Olivia Lucas. Olivia is from Austin, Texas, and majored in marketing and minored in finance. She was named an outstanding student in marketing. She has been actively involved in various organizations, including Pi Beta Phi, sorority, Leadership Walton, Beta Gamma Sigma, and Order of Omega. After graduation, she will be moving to Dallas, Texas to work full-time for Insight Global as a recruiter and account manager. Olivia Lucas. Kate Lynn. Kate is a finance major from Arlington, Texas. She has studied abroad in South Africa as well as Peru. She interned at Rejoice as part of the Venture Intern Program through the Office of Entrepreneurship and Innovation. Kate was an active member in Leadership Walton and the Real Estate Club. She volunteered as a Young Life leader in which she built relationships with adolescents with disabilities. After graduation, Kate plans to work as an ambassador for Winrock International as an initiative called Innovate Arkansas that helps scale promising Arkansas technology ventures. Caitlin. Drew Mahosky. Drew is from Austin, Texas, and dual majored in supply chain and information systems. He has been a captain of the lacrosse team and looks forward to continuing his education at the University of Texas at Austin, working towards a master's in data science. Drew Mahosky. Aaron Moore. Aaron is from Little Rock, Arkansas, with dual majors in finance and accounting. He was named Outstanding Walton Graduating Student as well as Outstanding Finance Department Senior. He has served in numerous leadership roles in student organizations, including vice president of his fraternity. He maintained positions on both the Chancellor's List and Dean's List. After graduation, he will pursue a Master's of Science in Business Analytics and a career in quantitative trading programs, and he is pumped for a paycheck. Phil Necessary. Phil is from Rogers, Arkansas, and majoring in supply chain management and marketing. He served as the president of Sigma Alpha Epsilon. He will be pursuing the Walton MBA program next year while working in the Greek Life office. Phil Necessary. Christopher Mark Odom. Mark is from Little Rock, Arkansas, and majored in business economics and minored in finance. He has been a member of the Investment Club, Economic Forum, and Italian Club. Mark interned with the FDIC last summer, and after graduation, he will continue his education here at the University of Arkansas, pursuing a Master's of Science in Economic Analytics. Mark Odom. Ankush Patel. Ankush is an accounting major from Little Rock, Arkansas. He was named an outstanding graduating senior in accounting. He has completed minors in both Spanish and biology. He has studied abroad in Mexico and volunteers at a local community center. He will attend Vanderbilt Medical School this June. Ankush Patel. Y'all can go ahead and sit down in this row. And then I'll have the next row go ahead and stand up. Sam Pierce. Sam is from Conway, Arkansas, and double majored in accounting and finance. During his collegiate career, he served as an ASG senator, was a supplemental instruction leader, and interned for chief consulting in Bentonville. He has had an extraordinary opportunity to study abroad in Mozambique and South Africa and is grateful to have had the exceptional experience interning for Fidelity Investments last summer in their Denver office. After graduation, Sam is interning with RSM as a business tax intern in their Houston office for the summer and plans to pursue a master's in accounting at the University of Arkansas next fall. Sam Pierce. Logan Reinhardt. Logan is from Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, and majored in finance and economics. He has served as the academic chairman of his fraternity and spent time abroad on an economic development trip in Dangrega, Belize. After college, he plans to pursue a career in finance. Logan Reinhardt. Lauren Saunders. Lo is a supply chain management and information systems double major from Overland Park, Kansas. As an undergrad, Lo has studied abroad in China and worked for the Walton College Executive Education and Outreach Office. After graduation, she will begin working with Walmart in the Supply Chain and Logistics Department. Lo Saunders. Alex Seeger. Alex is a finance and economics major from Overland Park, Kansas. He has held numerous leadership positions in his fraternity, including being on the student conduct and rush committees, and is a member of Beta Gamma Sigma Business Honor Society. He has studied abroad in Japan and would have participated in an economic development intern abroad if not for COVID. After graduation, he intends to enter the workforce in a financial analyst role. Alex Seeger. Weston Sizemore. Weston is a finance major from Whitehall, Arkansas. She has served as a member of Alpha Lambda Delta, the Walton College Finance Club, and the Arkansas Supply Chain Association during her undergraduate career. Off campus, Weston has worked as an intern for Varghese Somerset PLLC, a criminal defense law firm in Fort Worth, Texas. This August, she will be furthering her education and future career by attending law school. Currently, she is undecided about which postgraduate program to pursue, but she has applied to several programs in the region, such as University of Arkansas School of Law, William H. Bowen School of Law, and Texas A&M University School of Law. Weston Sizemore. You all may go ahead and sit down, and I'll have the next row go ahead and stand up. Our next student on the slide, Skylar Tate, is not able to be here today. So we'll go next to Corey Vance. Corey is a finance and accounting major with minor in economics. He has served as an officer on the Triathlon Club and Investment Club. He is a member of the Arvis Fixed Income Class and College Republicans Club. He has interned with U.S. Senator James Lankford and Edward D. Jones, and after graduation, he plans to pursue a career with the Department of Justice in Washington, D.C. Corey Vance. Logan Weitzer. Logan is from Argyle, Texas, and is majoring in accounting and finance. He has been a part of Beta Alpha Psi since his sophomore year, serving as an assistant VP of finance for 2 semesters. Logan was a regional champion for Deloitte's Best Practice competition in New Orleans in 2020. Logan has had a tax internship with PwC, an audit internship with BKD. He plans to pursue a public accounting career in the great state of Arkansas. Logan Weitzer. Trey Williams. Trey is from Pine Bluff, Arkansas, and is majoring in finance and information systems. He has served as an officer in many student organizations, including his fraternity, NABA, and the ASAP program. He has also worked as a learning assistant for the university's athletic tutoring program. After graduation, he will begin work with Amazon in their operations finance department. Trey Williams. Meredith Wilson. Meredith is from Springfield, Missouri, and majored in accounting. During her time in college, Meredith has worked as a tutor for many Walton classes through the University Student Success Center and as a camp counselor during her summer breaks. She has served as an officer within the Volunteer Action Center and Associated Student Government. She will be working as an auditing intern at Hogan Taylor this summer. However, her time at the U of A is not done quite yet, as she will be starting the master's degree portion of the IMAC program this fall with a concentration in assurance and analytics. Meredith Wilson. John Woods. John Woods is an accounting major from Frisco, Texas. During his undergraduate tenure, he was a part of the Alpha Lambda Delta Honor Society and Beta Alpha Psi. John has also worked as a tutor for the university as part of the Student Success Center, formerly Class Plus, for 2 years. Off campus, he interned at Saville Dodgen and Company, a mid-market accounting firm in Dallas, Texas, last summer and this spring. He is part of the MPACC program here at the University of Arkansas, where he plans to concentrate in taxation and graduate with his master's degree in May of 2022. John Woods. Last but not least, Matt Young. Matt is from Tulsa, Oklahoma, and majored in accounting and finance. He has served in multiple offices in the Student Athlete Advisory Committee and is a member of the Diversity and Inclusion Student Council. He is an athlete on the men's track and field and cross-country teams where he has earned many All-SEC honors. He has had internships with Stan Johnson Company in commercial real estate and JP Morgan Chase in wholesale payments. After graduation, he will attend Georgetown University, where he will pursue a Master's of Science in Data Science and Analytics. Matt Young. And I'll have the back row stay standing, and I'll have everyone stand up with them. And just go ahead and give everybody one big round of applause. All right, and I'll have Jason Adams come back up here to wrap us all up.
Sit down. Wow. That is intense. It never gets old. It's hard to believe. Really proud of y'all and excited to see what's to come. Before we conclude, I would like to thank a few people that helped make today possible. Again, thanks to Katie for all that she did, putting this together and working through the bios and making sure everybody's names were pronounced right and everything. That's a lot of stuff going there for 100 or so students. Also, in the time we're putting all this together is very intense, heavy advising time for me and Katie, and we don't have a lot of extra time. So the work that our student workers have put in today and in the past semester has been tremendous. So if y'all will stand, I think you're out here. I want to recognize Sophia Giswaldi, Abby Klucher, and Annalise Koster, who have helped us out quite a bit. All right, so this is pretty much the conclusion of our ceremony. Just a couple of housekeeping items. They would like for us to all exit from this door, and as much as I would like to hang around and talk with each of you, they want us to leave quick so they can get it clean for the next ceremony. So if you could, on your way out, just kind of head on out. Before we end here, I just want to say congratulations again, and let's give them one more round of applause, and I'll see you tomorrow at commencement. So we look forward to seeing you tomorrow at the Walton College commencement at Bud Walton Arena, and go Hogs, we'll see you tomorrow. Well, good afternoon. Welcome to the 2021 Walton Honors Award Ceremony. My name is Jason Adams. I'm the Associate Director of the Honors Program here at Walton College. Just want to start by saying how excited I am, even though I don't know everybody out there. I know everybody up here. But how excited I am just to be in a room with other people and not on a Zoom. So, good times. I just want to start today by extending a warm welcome to all the parents and family members who are accompanying our students today, and also to any faculty members who are here in attendance. Usually there's a lot of thesis advisors and faculty members that come to this, but due to limitations, they are probably watching online on YouTube right now. Also want to welcome some of our distinguished guests that we have with us, the Dean of the Walton College, Matt Waller, Professor John Norwood, and Assistant Director for Honors Programs, Katie Pope. So being the Associate Director of the program, of this honors program, has been one of the most rewarding experiences of my life. I get to work with an elite group of students. So I was a history major as an undergrad, spent a lot of time in Fulbright, the liberal arts college on campus, and then I was an advisor over there. And I can't tell you the difference when I came over to the honors program in business. I just loved it, how competitive and how great these students are and how much they want to do and pack into 3 or 4 years. We have students finishing. I have a freshman who will be a sophomore next year who has figured out how to graduate in 2 years. So it's they always keep me and Katie on our toes. Back to being nice to be here. I discovered that it's probably a good idea to try on your suit that you hadn't worn in 2 years. So if anybody can relate to that today, it fits just a little bit different. But it still worked, so we're good. A year ago today, I was in my garage, and I had emailed all the honors graduates, and the ones that could were in Fayetteville, came by my house to pick up their regalia. So I'm glad to be here and doing this. So before we continue to celebrate and recognize the achievements of our students, I want to first recognize the parents of our graduates. The accomplishments and successes of your sons and daughters are a reflection of your sacrifice, guidance, and support. And on behalf of the Walton College and the University of Arkansas, I want to thank you for trusting us to provide them a top quality educational experience. So if you are a parent of one of our students, would you please stand and be recognized? So before we move on, I just want to also introduce my coworker, the Assistant Director, Katie Pope. She's going to be up here in a minute to do part of this, but just want to thank her for all that she did to make today possible and special for all these students. Katie came to us 2 years ago, sight unseen, never been to the state of Arkansas, and she's still here, so I guess we're okay. So hopefully she stays a long time. So just a few things, and I'm going to try to get through this without losing it too much. This is the third time today, but just some things that make Walton Honors so special. This ceremony is always very bittersweet for me. I was there at orientation 4 years ago when the students arrived at campus, had them in freshman business connections, played a little football in the FBC Bowl with them. It's probably the last time I will do that. I think that was my retirement year. But we like to have a lot of good times outside of the academic setting. And I think one of the things that's really special about our program and what the students love most about it is the network that they're able to develop with their fellow students and taking all the honors classes together and just getting to know each other. So I interviewed for this job 13 years ago. I had no idea I'd never been in the Walton College. I did undergrad and grad here. Never had anything in the business school, so I didn't know what to expect, but I definitely have been astounded by the students that have come through over the years. So I have 2 degrees from here. I have pretty much nothing else in common with y'all academically. I was definitely not an honor student, so y'all really inspire me to do better every day. But I will say this, I did complete the intermediate 2 level of a foreign language at the University of Arkansas, so ASU Newport did not get any of my money. I don't know if they existed back then, but. So I'm very proud as an alum of the U of A that how you will represent our university going forward. I've had a chance to travel to a lot of different honors programs across the country. We even hosted a conference here at the U of A where other programs came to see what we were doing. And all that's attributed to the great students we have and the programs that they've helped us develop. So I often joke, I've got 3 kids at home and close to 900 here in the Walton Honors Program, and there is a little bit of truth to that. So y'all have all made an impact on me, and I strongly value the relationships that we've developed over the years with the students, faculty, and staff at the University of Arkansas. I hope that you'll continue to stay in touch. I will reach out at some point, but never for money. I don't want your money, I just want your time. So just as you are mentored by upperclassmen in the Walton Honors Program, please continue to do that as you move out into the workforce. We've got a large flow of people behind you coming to see you. So just help them out as you were helped along the way. I hope to see you at many Walton Honors tailgates in the future. And yeah, hopefully we'll have one of those again this fall. Moving on, it is now my pleasure to introduce the Dean of the Walton College, Dr. Matt Waller. Dean Waller is a member of the Walton College's Department of Supply Chain Management, has been at the University of Arkansas for over 25 years. The Walton College has changed a great deal over that time, experienced tremendous growth, but those of us who work here can definitely say it has been an epic time to be a part of such a great institution. And that for those of you who don't work in the college or don't ride our elevators, EPIC stands for excellence, professionalism, innovation, and collegiality, our core values. We're truly fortunate to have his leadership moving us forward. Please join me in welcoming Dean Matt Waller.
Good afternoon. We are the real hero of this program is Jason Adams, who just spoke. You all don't realize this, but we hired him 13 years ago, and it was very clear that he had a heart for this sort of thing. And you never know, though, until you actually see someone working, what they'll be like. But he really reflects our EPIC values of excellence, professionalism, innovation, collegiality, and being the father of 3 kids who went to the U of A and another one who starts in August, you really understand as a parent the importance of having people here at the university who care for the students. And Jason really does that, and I'm very pleased with that. So thank you, Jason. And Katie, who you'll hear in a few minutes, who will be reading all the names and telling about the students. She's new, and this will be her first time of doing that, but she did a terrific job. I was here in the last session and really thrilled with her performance. So this class of honors students, they started in 2017, and there were about 201 actually started together, and currently there's 126. So these are the ones who persevered and made it through. And it's tough, but they did a great job. Not only did they do a great job, one thing that's amazing is that the average GPA of the Walton Honors students is 3.84. Can you imagine that? out of 126 students. It's quite remarkable. But on top of that, 31 of them are graduating summa cum laude, which means they maintained a 4.0 GPA the entire time. And you can remember back to when you went to college, that's hard to do. It's easy to make a mistake that, at least gives you 1B. But 31 of them were able to maintain that. It's remarkable. Very proud of them. 35 of them are graduating magna cum laude, which means they have a 3.87 or higher. And then 60 of them are graduating cum laude, which means that they got a GPA between 3.5 to 3.87. So it's a remarkable group of students. And on top of that, 45 of them have a double major. Think about that. And one of them has a triple major. Not just major with minors, I mean a triple major. I'm really blown away. This is one of the greatest classes I think we've had of honors students, really remarkable. But I don't know, we've got 6,600 students in the college, so I don't know all of them. I tend to know a little more of the honors students, and I can tell you they're not bookworms. Many of them were involved in the Greek system, leadership positions in those organizations, or in RSOs, registered student organizations, intramural sports, on and on. They also have been like teaching assistants. We call them SIs at the undergraduate level. They've done internships, study abroad. But on top of that, they made it through one of the most difficult periods I can remember in my 27 years here at the University of Arkansas. I remember lots of challenging times like, 9/11, the Great Recession. But this really has been the worst. And I would say it's probably been the most challenging time, probably since World War II, when the university's enrollment went down by 1/3. So we've gone through difficult times, but we're coming out of it. But I say all that just to point out that they have excelled even through this difficult time, and I believe it'll make them better people for it. We all, appreciate being able to be face-to-face. It's remarkable how much people miss that. And I think that it will make them better. These students, before the pandemic hit, they participated in study abroad. They went to places like Belize, Mozambique, South Africa, China, India, Greece, many, many different countries, which I think is a really important part of a student's time at the university. So what are they doing next? I have a small list. It's too long to go through. You'll hear some of it, but you'll just hear a third of what they're doing. Some are going to law school. Some are pursuing MBAs or masters in accounting programs or masters in finance. We have a lot of master's degrees they're pursuing. One's going to medical school. They're going to many different companies, and I can't list them all, but just to give you a sample, consulting firms, financial firms, Deloitte, Ernst & Young, the FBI, General Mills, J.B. Hunt Transport Services, Stevens Inc., Tyson Foods, Walmart, many, many others. And many of them, too, are starting with, early stage companies and growth companies. You wouldn't necessarily know the names of those companies, but huge opportunities that they're seeing. When we got into the pandemic, we were really worried that by this time, these students might really have a hard time finding jobs. But thankfully, things have turned around, and there's a lot of opportunities out there. And, as a parent and as someone who's been involved in higher education for quite a while, I know that you all as parents family, and friends have had a lot to do with this. So thank you. It's good for not only these students, but for our country that you've invested like that. So thank you for doing that. But most of all, we're here to celebrate the achievement of the students. And I want to tell you, although I don't know each of you as well as Jason does, I know several of you, I'm really proud of what you've accomplished. And I'm also proud of how you've endured through these difficult times of the pandemic. So I really am thrilled with the achievements you have accomplished, and you all are going to get to hear about some of the achievements in the next few minutes. So at any rate, congratulations, well done.
Thank you, Dean Waller. So before we get to highlighting achievements, I've got a few things I want to run through. So each year, every honors student is required to complete an honors thesis to graduate with honors. That's one of the reasons you don't see 200 or so students, you see 120, because it's not easy. It's something you got to do, and it's a challenge, but all these students have completed that, and we award an outstanding thesis every year. So there was 10 students nominated this year, and I'm just going to read through the list. And if you were nominated and you're here today, please stand up so we can recognize you. So the 10 students that were nominated for outstanding thesis this year were Peyton Boxberger, Cameron Bracey, Addison Cathy, Ryan Decker, Bailey Dial, Shelby Hansen, Meredith Headley, Samuel Lipson, Catherine Martins, Gina Rydell, and Liz Spence. So let's give these guys a hand. All right, y'all can sit down. Yeah, this is kind of a challenge when you have 3 different things going on, 3 different ceremonies. But the winner of the award this year goes to Ryan Decker, who was in the first honor ceremony. His thesis, Retain or Rotate Outcomes of Frequent Auditor Switching, was voted on by our faculty as the outstanding thesis. So if you know Ryan, please congratulate him, along with his thesis advisor, Dr. Stephen Rowe. So typically you would be coming here from a poster session that we do. So each student also creates a poster, to kind of a visual of what their research was about. And each year we award a best poster prize. So they still made a poster, they just emailed it to me instead of printing it this year. So the same committee reviewed these, and that award this year is going to Shelby Hansen. Her thesis was on psychological scene gist and the perception of sustainable business models via digital media audit. So yeah, if you know Shelby, please congratulate her. I'm just impressed that I always make the mistake on dead day saying the thesis is due to me. So my inbox is a lot of fun on that day. It just keep coming and coming, but it's a good thing. So next, here in a minute, Katie is going to come up and start recognizing our graduates. I just kind of want to go through what the honors levels are. We've kind of touched on that, but what the regalia means, how you wear it based on your honors level, as well as talk about what these students have completed academically. So all honors students have completed a minimum of 18 hours of honors coursework, yet most of these students have completed much, much more than that. They've all completed Calculus 1 and an intermediate level of foreign language, and also maintained a 3.5 GPA or higher. All have also completed a research project under the supervision of a University of Arkansas professor. So students graduating summa cum laude, or with highest honors, are those finishing in the top 20% of the honors program graduating class based on cumulative GPA. Students graduating magna cum laude finished in the next 30% by GPA, and cum laude students are the remaining honors graduates. So normally, you would come and your thesis advisor would put your regalia on you, but since we're going to be doing things a little different this year, I'm going to let you do it yourself. So I don't know if I covered this with the detail I should have last time, so I'm going to try to do a little bit better this time. So if you would all go ahead and put on the medallion, you all should have an honors medallion. And once you've done that, if you'll grab your stole, if you are graduating cum laude, should be red. It should show as red. If you are magna cum laude, it should be white. And if you are summa cum laude, you should have a white stole, plus your honors cord is on your chair that designates summa cum laude. You can put that around the stole. Okay. So now we're going to begin recognizing the graduates, and Katie's going to come down here and cover everything that I don't say right now. But the way we'll do this, we'll do it by rows. She'll have the first row stand up, and the person all the way down there on the far right, I think that's Quincy down there. As she starts reading your name, you'll go stand by this gonfalon, which is a word I learned just a few years ago. It's not a banner. And we have a photographer here who is going to take your picture. I'll make those pictures available to you next week. I'll send you the email link. But since usually it's nice, we have a nice setup up here, which we do this year, but we can't really come up and take pictures. I wanted to make sure you had something. So as she's reading the bio, you'll stand there. And then once she's done, Quincy will come back down to this end, and y'all just cycle that way until Quincy's all the way back down in her seat. And then we'll do this row by row. So just pay attention to the person in front of you. Hopefully they got it right. So I'm going to turn this over to Katie. I'm going to do one more thing that I should have done already. I want to recognize one more person that's here who needs no introduction in this crowd. Most of the students on this stage were in his honors business law class. Many of them took honors accounting with him. But I want to recognize Professor John Norwood. Professor Norwood is not only the founding director of the Walton College Honors Program when it was created in 1999, but is also renowned for his dedication to the University of Arkansas and the Walton College. So much so that he has been inducted into the Towers of Old Main. This induction is a recognition bestowed upon those generous individuals whose donations and or other monetary contributions to the university exceed $100,000. For all you do for our students and our institution, we thank you. Students, let me say one thing before we do this. Professor Norwood will be greatly missed. I hope you still come by and see us. He is retiring at the end of this year, and I know so many people are going to miss you on this campus, so don't be a stranger. But students, please recognize Professor Norwood. Okay, and with that, I'm going to turn things over to Katie, and we will get going, moving here.
Thank you, Jason. All right, just a couple other instructions. I will be reading the bios for your students. All I ask is that you hold your applause until I'm done reading the bio, and then once I repeat their name, you'll be able to clap and cheer as loudly as you want to. For the students, once you're done taking your picture, you can stand up there until the bio is done, or you can walk back to your seat, whatever is most comfortable for you all. But we'll go ahead and get started. I'll have this first row stand up for me. And we'll get started with our first student, Quincy Bear. Quincy is from Prairie Village, Kansas, and is majoring in international business and Arabic with a concentration in economics. Quincy has been a member of Kappa Delta sorority and served as the Panhellenic delegate and sustainability chair. She was also a member of the Arkansas Club tennis team, Order of Omega, and Leadership Walton. Interestingly, Quincy has a vast knowledge of gourmet olive oil and balsamic vinegar because of her time spent working at Tasteful Olive. She studied abroad in Erfurt, Germany with the Arkansas Model United Nations team and was awarded Scholastic Woman of the Month by Panhellenic Council in November of 2020, as well as aided the Zeta Gamma chapter of Kappa Delta in earning the Silver Level Award of Sustainability on campus and the 2019 Panhellenic Spirit Award. After graduation, she plans on working for a year and soon after pursuing a master's degree. Quincy Bear. And Quincy, I'm going to have you walk around this way so we get the flow going. All right, our next student, Caitlin Barger, you can go right up to the picture. So Caitlin is from St. Louis, Missouri, and is majoring in finance while minoring in French and marketing. She has had 2 internships over the course of her college career and has maintained a part-time job for the past 3 years. Caitlin has been involved in RSOs alongside Walton Honors, including Leadership Walton and the National Society of Leadership and Success. She plans to work in a financial analyst position after graduation and then attend law school to earn a JD MBA joint degree. Caitlin, everyone. Bailey Bennett. Bailey is from Mammoth Spring, Arkansas, and is majoring in accounting and finance. She is involved in many business organizations, including Beta Alpha Psi, Leadership Walton, and Future Women Business Leaders. She was also recently named a Senior of Significance for the class of 2021. After graduation, Bailey will work at PwC as a Core Assurance Associate. Bailey Bennett. Peyton Boxberger. Peyton is from Olaf, Kansas, and majored in business management with a Spanish minor. She has served as an officer in her sorority, a supplemental instruction leader and mentor, and a teaching assistant. She was recognized in the Major Greeks Banquet and became a member of Beta Gamma Sigma Business Honor Society. This summer, she will study abroad in India and intern with District. While completing her final year of undergrad, she has started the Walton MBA program as an accelerated student where she will graduate with her master's in May of 2022. Peyton Boxberger. Anna Buckley. Anna is an accounting major from Carl Junction, Missouri. She is a member of Leadership Walton, Kappa Delta Sorority, and Beta Gamma Sigma Business Society. During college, she spent a summer in Belize helping with various community development projects. This summer, Anna will be studying abroad in India. She was accepted into the Accelerated MBA program in Arkansas and will graduate with her MBA degree next spring. Anna Buckley. Casey Butler. Casey is an accounting major, information systems, and Spanish minor. She served on the executive board of her sorority and is a member of Beta Alpha Psi and Beta Gamma Sigma. This past summer, she interned with KPMG, and she's accepted a full-time position with them beginning this summer. Casey Butler. The first row, y'all may be seated. Thank you. And I'll have the second row go ahead and stand up. Our first student in this row is Lauren Chadwick. Lauren is from Washington, D.C., and majored in supply chain management with a minor in marketing. She has served in multiple leadership positions in student organizations such as Alpha Kappa Psi, in her sorority Phi Mu, and in Walton Honors. She has completed a year-long remote internship with German-based company Software AG as part of their North American field marketing team. After graduation, she will return to the DC metro area and begin her career in supply chain consulting. Lauren Chadwick. Alexis Christopher. Alexis is an accounting major from Springfield, Missouri. She recently interned with the accounting firm RSM US LLP in Dallas, Texas, and has another upcoming internship with BKD LLP in Springfield, Missouri. During her time as an undergraduate, she worked as a supplemental instruction leader and an athletic tutor. She has also served as Assistant VP of Community Service for Beta Alpha Psi and studied abroad in Sydney, Australia. Alexis has been accepted into the Sam M. Walton Integrated Master of Accountancy program and plans to graduate in May of 2022 and pursue a career in public accounting. Alexis Christopher. Davis Ellers. Davis is an economics major from Parkville, Missouri. He served as the philanthropy chair of his fraternity and has also been involved with UARC Navigators and has volunteered with Habitat for Humanity. After graduation, he will begin work as a financial analyst for TradeBot Systems in Kansas City. Davis Eilers. Erin Flanagan. Erin is a finance major minoring in marketing from Allen, Texas. She studied abroad in Rome, Italy, receiving a Walton Scholarship. She loves volunteering with various children's programs, and she plans to work in real estate and obtain her real estate license shortly after graduation in Dallas, Texas. Erin Flanagan. Maggie Fuller. Maggie is from Highland, Arkansas, and majored in marketing with minors in nonprofit studies and religious studies. She has served on leadership with the Baptist Collegiate Ministry for the past 3 years as Vice President of Gatherings, as well as President for the past 2 years. She had the opportunity to serve abroad with the International Mission Board in Laos for a summer and also served as an intern at her church, First Baptist Church, Fayetteville, during her senior year. Her greatest honor at the U of A was being named Brandon Bullsworth Memorial Scholar. After graduation, Maggie will stay at the U of A campus and begin working with her campus ministry, the Baptist Collegiate Ministry. Maggie Fuller. Katie Games. Katie is an economics, information systems, and management triple major from Little Rock, Arkansas. She has served as a project manager for Enactus, a mentor at Potter's House, a Lemonade Day mentor for Leadership Walton, and a research assistant for the Center for Business and Economic Research. Additionally, she is interned at the Northwest Arkansas National Airport, the Little Rock Regional Chamber of Commerce, and Colgate-Palmolive. She is planning to study abroad in Belize to study current tourism practices and to research opportunities for economic development. Katie Games. You all may be seated, and I'll have the next row go ahead and stand up. Our next student is Maddie Gebhard. Maddie is from Springfield, Missouri, and majored in accounting with a finance minor. She has had internships with KPMG, JMW and Associates, and has studied abroad in Dublin, Ireland. She has been an active member of the Alpha Omicron Pi Society sorority, Beta Gamma Sigma, Beta Alpha Psi, and Hogs End Alzheimer's. After graduation, she will be pursuing her Master's of Accountancy with a tax concentration at the U of A and then moving to Kansas City to work in public accounting. Maddie Gebhard. Tira Haig. Tira is from Topeka, Kansas, and majored in marketing and economics. She is a member of the Razorback Pom Squad and Kappa Kappa Gamma, where she served as the Derby Days coordinator for 1 year. Tara has been the marketing intern at the Razorback Foundation for 1.5 years and an intern for the Razorback Athletics Department for 6 months, where she works on the baseball content team. She plans to pursue a career in sports marketing with either a collegiate or professional sports team. Tara Haig. Brandon Hartman. Brandon is an accounting and finance double major from Bentonville, Arkansas. He was a member of Beta Alpha Psi as well as Beta Gamma Sigma Business Honor Society. Brandon has worked as a cost accounting intern for Tyson Foods since junior year. After graduation, he will be attending the U of A School of Law. Brandon Hartman. Austin J. Hayes. AJ is from Keller, Texas. He transferred to the U of A in the spring of 2018 to pursue an honors degree in finance. He is a member of the Sigma Nu fraternity and also joined Beta Alpha Psi, the UARC Fly Fishing Club, and the Scholmer Fund, in which he was portfolio manager for 2 semesters. He also had the pleasure of working at Tyson Foods for an internship his senior year. Following graduation, AJ looks forward to working at Stevens in Little Rock. AJ Hayes. Meredith Headley. Meredith is from Little Rock, Arkansas, and majored in accounting and finance. She is a member of the Pi Beta Phi fraternity for women. She has been on the Chancellor's List 2 times and Dean's List 2 times. Meredith has interned in corporate accounting for Bank of England Mortgage throughout her past 3 years in college and plans to intern at Beechwood Hospitality this summer. She plans to pursue a Master of Professional Accountancy in the fall. Meredith Headley. Joseph Knox Higginbotham. Knox is from Dallas, Texas, and is majoring in economics with a minor in finance. He has held internships with UWorld and Northwestern Mutual and has studied abroad in Vietnam. After graduation, he will be moving back to Dallas, working for Goosehead Insurance. Knox Higginbotham. Madison Martin. Madison is an information systems major with a minor in blockchain. Along with making the Dean's List, she has waited tables and volunteered at the campus food pantry all 4 years here. She plans to work in the blockchain space after graduation. Madison Martin. Your row may be seated, and I'll have the next row go ahead and stand up. We have Catherine Martins. Kat is from Greenville, Texas, and majored in marketing with a minor in finance. She was a resident assistant at HOTS and served as a Tyson community intern at Havenwood, a nonprofit in Bentonville which helps move single mothers from crisis to sufficiency. She also cherished volunteering with her church's college ministry in a local nursing home. Following graduation, she plans on staying in Fayetteville to pursue a career in the marketing field. Kat Martins. Brooke Matthews. Brooke is an accounting major from Kingwood, Texas. She has been an active member of Alpha Omicron Pi, Beta Alpha Psi, and has been an accounting tutor over the last few years. She has had internships with Koch Industries and PricewaterhouseCoopers, and after graduation, she will be pursuing her Master's of Accountancy at the U of A and then moving to Philadelphia, Pennsylvania to work as an assurance associate at PwC. Brooke Matthews. Cameron Maxey. Cameron is an accounting major from Overland Park, Kansas. He served as VP of Academics in his fraternity and was involved in the accounting and finance fraternity Beta Alpha Psi. He has an internship as CBIZ and this summer will be interning at BKD before he begins to pursue his Master's of Accounting. Cameron Maxey. Caroline McCarty. Caroline is an accounting major from Little Rock, Arkansas. She has served in many organizations, being Vice President of Philanthropy for Pi Beta Phi and being Vice President of Membership for the Razorback Foundation Collegiate Board. Caroline also enjoys volunteering at the Seven Hills Homeless Center. She has completed accounting internship with Frost, Grant Thornton, and RSM and has studied abroad in Italy. This summer, Caroline will intern with EY in Seattle, Washington before continuing her education by obtaining her Master's of Accountancy here at the U of A. Caroline McCarty. Laura Minton. Laura is an accounting and finance double major from Fayetteville, Arkansas. She has worked for the U of A Police Department as an administrative assistant for the last 3.5 years and earned the 2019 Marquis Civilian of the Year Award for her service. She also interned at Whitley Penn in their Forensics, Litigation, and Value Services Department. She served as the treasurer of Beta Alpha Psi, was an Honors College ambassador, played violin in the University Symphony Orchestra, and was inducted into Beta Gamma Sigma her junior year. After graduation, she plans to pursue a Master of Professional Accountancy at the U of A and take the CPA licensing exam to begin her career in accounting. Laura Minton. Carolyn Murad. Carolyn is from Allen, Texas, and majored in economics and finance. She studied abroad in Japan and served as president of Beta Gamma Sigma Business Honor Society and vice president of the Walton Honor Student Executive Board. She had an internship at Colgate-Palmolive, and in July, she will be moving to Chicago to work as a financial leadership associate for Nielsen IQ. Carolyn Murad. All right, your all's row may sit down, and I'll have the next row stand up. We have Gina Rydell. Gina is from Plano, Texas, and majored in supply chain management. She worked with the university as a data analysis tutor and supplemental instructor. She's had an internship with General Mills in their North American retail sales department in Rogers. Gina has been a member of Walton's SATE class, Alpha Delta Pi, Leadership Walton, and Beta Gamma Sigma. After graduation, she will be joining the supply chain department at Dish Network in Denver, Colorado in their operations and analytics role. Gina Rydell. Julia Rogers. Julia is an accounting major and business analytics minor from Fayetteville. She has had audit internships with Walmart and Deloitte and Touche and has been the recruitment chair for her sorority, the vice president of homecoming for the Student Alumni Board, and is now one of the co-presidents of Beta Gamma Sigma Business Honor Society. She has been named one of the class of 2021 seniors of significance by the Arkansas Alumni Association. After graduation, Julia plans to get her master's in accounting, and then she will start at Deloitte as an audit associate in Dallas in the fall of 2022. Julia Rogers. Lexi Rook. Lexi is a finance major from Collierville, Tennessee. She has had a finance internship with Gerber Taylor and studied abroad at Cimba, Italy. She was a Walton ambassador, taught Accounting 1 SI, served as the vice president of membership for Order of Omega, and raised over $70,000 for her sorority's philanthropy, the Children's Safety Center of Springdale. She is also a member of Beta Gamma Sigma and is in the portfolio management course. Lexi will stay in Fayetteville after graduation to start law school in the fall. Lexi Rook. Laura Taylor. Laura is from Frisco, Texas, and is graduating with a degree in international business with a concentration in finance. She has served as president of Crew on Campus and studied abroad for a semester in Germany and had an internship with Tyson Foods. After graduation, she will be working with Tyson in the Commodities Purchasing Group. Laura Taylor. Raleigh Woods. Raleigh is from Branson, Missouri. She majored in small business management with minors in marketing and journalism. She studied abroad in Italy and India, and in addition, she competed at National Model United Nations in Erfurt, Germany, and won Outstanding Delegate and Distinguished Delegation. She has been a freelance photographer for 6 years, worked at the Brewer Family Entrepreneurship Hub, and currently is a supply chain intern for Upspring. Raleigh was an accelerated MBA student at the University of Arkansas and will move into the full-time MBA program after graduation. Raleigh Woods. And last but not least, Anna Yell. Anna is from Texarkana, Texas, and majored in accounting. She was a member of the University of Arkansas band program, performing in the concert band and color guard, serving as captain her senior year. Anna was also a member of Beta Alpha Psi and Beta Gamma Sigma Business Honor Society. She worked for Texarkana Funeral Home as an accounting intern for 4 years and often volunteered at the Beautiful Lives Boutique in Fayetteville. Anna will continue her studies at the U of A by obtaining a master's in accounting through the IMAC program Annie Yao. And I'm going to have the back row stay standing and have everyone else stand up one more time for one big round of applause. Thank you all so much. I'm going to invite Jason back up here to take us home.
Wow. That is, man, never gets old. That is, you think each year, it's just like, it's overwhelming, all the things y'all are going to do. I'm so excited. And like I said, please stay in touch. We want to continue to develop, network with our students and people out in the business and just have that pipeline. Before we get done today, I just want to have a couple additional thank yous. Thanks again to Katie, who did a great job on that and pronouncing everything and just getting that all set up. That was just really special. Also, during the time when we have to prep for this is the same time that all of our students need advising. And so there's not a lot me and Katie can do on getting a lot of this put together. So I want to give a special thanks to our student workers who are in here right now. If y'all would stand, Sophia Giswaldi, Abby Klucher, and Annalise Koster, who really helped make this day very special. They're all juniors and should be up here next year. So, one thing I left out earlier, there's several of you graduating summa cum laude in the ceremony. If you found a red and white tassel on your chair, that is for recognition of being a first-ranked senior scholar or senior scholar. So all students graduating from the Walton College with a 4.0 are recognized with that designation. And the red and white tassel, I don't know what you would have done with it today, but we want to make sure you had it, but put it on your hat and replace the black one tomorrow so everybody knows who you are. Just thanks again for the families here for sharing your students with us. Me and Katie have probably the best job you can have. There's a lot of things you do at a university, but getting to hang out with people like this all the time, not everybody's doing that. So it makes work fun, and just thanks again. I want to end with a couple of housekeeping things. They would like us to all exit on this side, the side that you did not come in on. So, and because there's a session, I think, coming up tonight, they would like for us to exit quite quickly. So, no running, I guess. But just normally this is a time where we can hang out and talk, and I'd love to do that, and I hope to do that with you soon. So if we can, just before we leave, I hope to see all of you tomorrow at Bud Walton Arena for whichever one of the 4 commencement ceremonies you're a part of. If you're a double major, maybe you want to do it twice, I don't know. But I'll be there for it all. If you lose something, if you forget your stole tomorrow, I'll bring as many of those as I can, so come find me if you're missing some regalia. But finally, let's just one more time recognize this class, and thank you again for everybody for coming. Thank you. All right. Have a great weekend. Go Hogs.